Hey gamers, and welcome back for more of Injustice versus Woohoo! Aha! Okay, and today we're going to do a special category, but okay, so don't get me wrong for this, but since it's the month of February, this is Black History Month! That's right, today is Black History Month. So we are going to bring John Stewart from the Green Lantern Corps, and not to mention Cyborg, whose real name is Victor Stone. So, yeah! Alrighty then. We're gonna start with, come on. Alright. Green Lantern John Stewart versus Regime Cyborg. That's right. And we are now gonna go to the let's go to Metropolis. Why? Because it's fun. Okay, John Stewart. Or John Stewart. I almost sound like the name John Stewart, not John Jones. It's John, just John Stewart. Who is voiced by Phil Lamar. Here comes Cyborg, Regime Cyborg. Almost sound like 007. Okay, so anyways, I don't know much about the Green Lantern Corps, but here's what I know something about John Stewart a little bit. So, anyways, John Stewart is, he is the backup of the of Hal Jordan's, from the Green Lantern Corps. Anyways, however, he knows he can't leave Earth unprotected. I mean, Hal Jordan. So John Stewart takes up the mantle of his absence. Of course, he only can be found on Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. When he knows that Earth is in trouble, he joins up with a group of superheroes who has, to those who need and help in need. I mean, a hero is not what the world wants, it's what the world needs. And basically, oh, you blocked it. Ow! No booyah! Goodbye! So John Stewart joins these heroes like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Hawk Girl. And not to mention, I'm guessing John Jones comes in a little bit later. Let's have a retry. Haha. So, John Stewart, with all of these people, with all of his power, I mean, of course, tries to save the planet's, the invasion of this kind of weird alien race. I mean, and I thought Superman was alien. Well, he is, but he looks like human, but he's actually Kryptonian. Enough about, So John Stewart is the member of the Justice League. Ow! Not cool! Have a car! Ha-ha! Oh! No booyah! And of course he had a love interest with Hawk Girl later on. Until, they had their moments. John Stewart kind of having some, I mean, he did not commit a crime for, back on one of the episodes from Justice League, because he was standing trial from a murder he did not commit or some sort. Or, I mean, he was on this planet with Hawk Girl and Green Lantern and Superman, and then usually John Stewart tries to do the right things of his on his own time, but Sometimes it can be a little bit over the top, but he never tries to go crosses the line. Of course, he always does come out on top. It's not like, of course he tries to be the best hero he could be. It's because of what he can do from what is not the right choice. I mean, he doesn't do right choices. He does the hard choices of any Green Lantern Corps would do, especially being as a hero. Oh! Okay. Ow! Kick! Haha! I mean, having falling in love with Hawk Girl, I mean, it was the best thing that's ever happened to him. I mean, he was gonna actually get married to Hawk Girl. I mean, but then after the invasion of the... what is it, the name of the people, Thanagarians, or I think, I don't know. I mean, they tried to occupy Earth, but it's more like the kind of like the regime rule. I mean, Jon Stewart says, "Whose side are you on, Hawk Girl?" She says, "I'm on your side." And Jon Stewart said, "Really? Then why are you siding with them so much?" And then, just like any other person who tried to be this kind of gullible, yeah, he fell for the old trick in the book. Never be deceived by your enemy. I mean, no way. Ah! No! Booyah! Block this! Hammer! 2 buses! And 4 planes! Fire! Of course he'd been hanging out with the Flash so long. Jon Stewart is definitely one of the best Green Lantern Corps Guardians they ever had in the Justice League. I mean, he is not like the original counterpart of the Justice Lords. I mean, he was with the Justice Lords. I mean, his counterpart. I mean, definitely. Wow. It's not sucks to be him. It's great to be you, Jon Stewart. And fortunately, he's the kind of guy who knows how to... That's right, always, once a Green Lantern, always a Green Lantern. He's always the kind of guy who always come out on top as one of the best members of the Justice League that's ever fought. So yeah, Jon Stewart is the one-of-a-kind of guy and always try to be that all-around good guy, George of the Jungle type of character that he's always been. Alright, time for Cyborg. And going with Martian Manhunter. That's what I said. Let's go with the Watchtower. And now we go and turn to our eyes towards Cyborg, also known as Victor Stone. Of course I know his secret identity. What do you expect? Bring it on. John Jones.
I will defend Earth.
And definitely I know who that voice actor is. I don't know his name, but he is definitely really popular from the Justice League. And not to mention from Justice League Unlimited. Owie! And I get out of there if I were you. Okay. Victor Stone. So how did he become Cyborg? I mean, this he wasn't like this before. You know, Cyborg is actually like the athlete. I mean... Oh! Ah!
Mere child's play.
Not a mere child's play book. Oh man, I fell for the old trick. So, yeah, Victor Stone was an athlete. I think he played football, definitely. He did play football, lift weights, and bench pressing, perhaps. Jeez! I am not doing so well. Oh, should have done this before. So the professional athlete, of course he almost joined like some kind of NFL team, but until some kind of incident occurred. I mean, something that kind of, I don't know, like something...
Your ego betrays you.
Here's a little something for you.
My ego doesn't betray me. It's not my pride. It's my duty to fight, will ya? Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh. Yes, a comeback. Ha ha. Free kicks.
Don't mess with the best.
That's right. You mess with the best, who is a professional athlete, who is a football player and does triathlon, who does track and field, and that is Victor Stone. I mean, he's like the class athlete. Very good. And what I told you about, he had an incident that's something, I don't know, he was kind of paralyzed from the waist down, or something had happened along with his, I don't know, back problems. I don't know what kind of incident, but who knows? But in the comment section, tell me what kind of incident that he just fell into, because it was such a tragic event. I mean, he's like the gifted athlete. Ow! Oh! And then, I mean, there was nothing that anybody could do. I mean, he was rushed to a hospital, and then having this kind of aching problems in his back or his waist. I mean, something was bothering. It was like torture. No, it's no booyah. I mean, don't you felt the pain? Ow. Woohoo! Okay. I mean, so there was nothing that anybody can do. I mean, his mom or dad or his family tried to do anything they can, but there was one thing that they can do. I mean, either somehow there was a special way for him to save Victor Stone's life. I mean, of course they had to do something to do with their cybernetic opponents. I mean, like this kind. It's almost like the Terminator. So, in order to save his life, they come up with this new procedure, if you know what I mean. So, they kind of have this robotic opponents, and then, I mean, then all of a sudden, I mean, it took quite a while for this kind of surgery to pick up with. And Victor Stone, I mean, you think he was going to be completely happy? I mean, no, he wasn't. He was kind of devastated. Oh! Oh, get over here! Haha! Bowling ball! Oh! Get over here! And ow! Yes! Booyah! Haha! Things are looking up. Woohoo! Oh, nice try. And so Cyborg usually had this kind of, well, he's not Cyborg. I mean, well, of course he is, but Victor Stone was kind of miserable. I mean, there might be a few times he thought that his life was not worth it. I mean, this is just like crazy talk for him. But then he kind of, maybe he had some kind of way to get past this ordeal. I mean, he might have met some kids who have, like, those who have a wooden leg, or those who have or paralyzed from the waist down, or for those who couldn't walk. I mean, for those who cannot get themselves over. And then he started to realize, those guys look just like me. I mean, if I can't help, they're helping themselves up and they're not slowing them down, maybe I should do the same thing as well. So he picked himself up and, well, you know, he's down. So he picked himself. Why did he fell down, or why did he couldn't become the professional athlete? He could have gotten the scholarship. Instead, he became so much more. He's not just a weapon. He is like the living human being who is not a machine. I mean, he is the being that kind of, how do I say this? The kind of being or the person that he has ever been.
Cyborg.
He is trying to be something that he is not. I mean, not the weapon, but he's trying to be like an example to others. He's trying to be the hero. He is trying to be the one and only person, Victor Stone, Cyborg, to be as an example of being a hero. I mean, if I remember one of the episodes from Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go, which happened to be one of the best, he says, because one of the enemies, I can't remember what his name was, he said, "You have reached your limit," but Cyborg says, "No, I may have reached my limit, but this isn't it." Or he says, "Yes, I can. I'm more than just a machine. I'm a human being, and I'm Cyborg." Of course, he had walked to one of the people, I mean, for those who are disabled, I mean, walked on an iron leg. He says, "Hey, Cyborg, I'm just like you." And he told to his friends, says, "Hey, everybody, I'm just like Cyborg." He says, "No, I'm just like you as always, as I've always been." I mean, Cyborg is definitely like, he's always going to be like the professional athlete inside of him, but inside there's always a hero that he always wanted to be. He's never the kind of villain because he's always tried to stand up to bullies before. Oh, face my ultimate move. Super Kamehameha Wave! Unfortunately, like Jon Stewart, and not to mention, Victor Stone, which is Cyborg. This is why I kind of want to represent Black History Month. Superheroes who don't give up the fight, especially with their own might. And not to mention, voice acting is pretty cool. Not to mention for the voice actors like Phil Lamar and Carrie Payton. I mean, they're legendary. Phil Lamar voiced Samurai Jack, voiced Jon Stewart, and not to mention Aquaman. I mean, he also voiced Dr. Spectrum from Marvel's The Avengers. From Marvel's Avengers Assemble, I mean. It's not a goal. It's not a bad thing. It's actually really good, if you know what I mean. He's like the legendary. He also voiced one of the animated series of Kangaroo Jack of G'day USA. And Gary Payton voiced Cyborg so much. He also voiced Azrael. That's right, Azrael from Batman Arkham Knight. And you thought he was from Arkham Origins. Ow! No booyah! Yeah, no, not to mention, I mean, Gary Payton and Phil Lamar, I mean, they are, wow, they are actually legendary voice actors. I'm never going to forget this, how anybody can be that they can be. And unfortunately, I'm as happy as a clam, because without the, some of the games would not be possible, and not to mention some animated series of television of,
Don't mess with the best.
That's right, Cyborg, don't mess with the best, because this is Black History Month, and that's why I am going to end this series, and we are done. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like Injustice Versus, please rate this video anyways, and I'll do more of these categories pretty soon. And I've reached level 53. So anyways, I'll see you later. So Godspeed, play safe, and shalom.